Hello and welcome back to What's Happening in Austin Real Estate. I'm Jaymes Willoughby. Every week we talk about what happened the week before in the Austin metro area, the 5-county area that makes up the Austin MSA. We are now in the end of week 2 in November, and this is the real estate statistics graph of how many homes are for sale currently in the Austin area. So we got 10,886 versus 9,630 last year. If we remove this crazy year of 2022, the graph looks a little bit differently. This shows you the shape of what's going up, what's going down. You can see we kind of peaked out here above almost 12,500 listings. We're now down to under 11,000. And this time last year, like I said, 9,600. Our goal, the market's goal is to probably be under 8,000 listings on January 1st. So you can see how the market each year drops off quite a bit of inventory. And I was challenged by somebody like, why is that? And do you think we're actually going to make it? So let me answer those two questions. First off, new active listings. So you can see that our active listings are going down. We are in November. There's a lot of things coming up, holidays. We're going to have some breaks. Typically in both Thanksgiving and Christmas, we're going to have at least a 1-week hiatus for Thanksgiving, 2 weeks in December, where the number of homes go way down. In fact, you can see it right here. Okay, there's Thanksgiving, and then here's December. You can see that the number of listings just plummet. So we're used to putting on, 600, 700, 800 listings a week. Now it'll go down to, under 300 per week. So not a great time to list, obviously. That's why people aren't doing that. So the other thing, our expired listings, which we talked about last week, where we saw a huge spike at the end of October. And we'll see that for both the end of November and December, where people are quitting the marketing of their home. And then this shows you the new pendings. Now you can see we've been pretty consistent. We're under 8 or under 700 rather per week, but we're standing here in the mid 6s, pretty close to where we're at last year. Last year, this was actually Thanksgiving week, which fell into what we called week 3 of last year. So it's really week 4, but the way the weeks round, since there's 52 weeks in a year, they're not going to quite line up every year. You saw that the pendings plummet, and then we'll see the pendings plummet week 3 and week 4 of December. So when we see that is pretty normal for par for the course, I guess you'd say. Now you can see we're still, this is the new active versus new pending. We are still higher, the new pendings than the actives, which is good. That means that more homes are selling than going on the market. And then when we're looking here at our price reductions are up. We're at about 10% of the markets repricing themselves every week. So still very competitive market out there amongst sellers. And then our absorption rate, which is kind of the general health of the market, based on what we sold last week, it would take us 16.75 weeks to sell all the inventory. So that's our absorption rate. It's been pretty consistent for the last several weeks. And as opposed to last year, where it was very herky-jerky. Remember, last year's rates were higher than this year's interest rates. And then, speaking of interest rates, let's go there. And as far as rates are concerned, they're up slightly this week, despite the fact that the federal funds rate was adjusted down by 0.25%. So in talking to economists and people in the know in the mortgage industry, they all feel like at some point when they get positive news on inflation, in other words, inflation, then we will start to see mortgage rates go down. They predicted it will go down back to where it was, somewhere hovering around just above 6% for the 30-year mortgage rate. That'll happen over the next couple of months, God willing, and we will have a great Q1 for next year. So until next week, you have a great one, and keep your chin up if you're a seller, and if you're a buyer, it's a great time to be out there looking. So let us know if we can help anybody. If anybody needs any advice, we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.